Hey guys, Ninja Toothpick, and today I'm back. I know this review's like 2 days late, but I still want to do it. Fairy Tale 333: People and People, Dragons and Dragons, People and Dragons. I hate the title, so annoying to say. Anyway, this chapter is really good because it's got some fighting with a lot of dialogue at the same time. The dialogue is actually very cool because it's mainly from Natsu and Rogue, and it's this. And near the end of this chapter, it kind of plots out what the next chapter is going to be to an extent. Like, it doesn't completely tell you, but it's going to tell you kind of what's happening in the next little bit of the story. Anyway, the chapter starts out with Atlas Flame and whatever the fucking dragon Rogue's riding is, headbutting, and they're fighting pretty much. And they give you like a little, fucking thing telling you what happened in the previous chapters. And Rogue and Natsu have a little bit of dialogue about how they became friends. And Rogue's just completely pissed off because he's like, how do you become friends with the dragon? And this is what gets me. First Natsu was like calling him uncle, and now he's saying, let's go, old guy. You're kind of wavering between him liking you and pissing him completely off, Natsu. I would literally just stay with the uncle, stay with the uncle thing. So that's a little bit nicer than calling him an old fucker. Okay, so I'm pretty sure your dad's older. Just saying. Ooh, I bet that one burned. And if I can quit siphoning through chapters, maybe I can actually read this. Because somehow I keep clicking and I'm not even meaning to. However, Mothra, whatever the fucking dragon thing is, does like this ultimate fucking blast and it heads towards a mountain and completely explodes it. Okay, that was a pretty cool chapter. And, this fucking pages. Okay, and then after the thing explodes, Atlas reattacks him, and Atlas says, your breath doesn't work on my flame body, you can't burn my, and then whatever his name is says, you can't burn my adamant body. So what's going to happen here? Gonna slap each other? And then he says, don't underestimate my hell flames. And it says, it's the giant fire rushing out of hell, and my friend, talking about Natsu, ate it. And you get an awesome chapter of course Natsu doing his fucking weird things with his little face, like a super fucking creepy face with his, and he's bringing down the fire dragon's fist or whatever it's called. And Rogue's completely scared because he's like, he ate Atlas flames, flames. Ate Atlas flames, something like that. Okay, enough of that. Anyway, and he fucking drills the dragon and descends it, hurling towards the fucking earth with one punch. Which, this surprised a lot of people. But, if you remember, he knocked down a lacrima, like, freaking tower, whenever he ate Elithrion, whatever it's called. I'm pretty sure it's called Elithrion, or I don't know. And it shows the king of the actual Fiora. And they're talking about, like, his guards are worried about him, and they say two dragons are fighting, and it says, the once beautiful city of flowers is stained in blood and fell into chaos. That's what the king says. It's people and dragons and evil's festival. This is kind of like the climax of what the dragon, the king, whatever it's called, it comes up here in a second. It says, people are fighting each other. Talking about Rogue, and it shows Rogue and Natsu. Dragons are fighting each other. Atlas and Fuckface. I'm going to start calling him Fuckface. And people are fighting dragons, and it shows Sting facing a really cool looking dragon, actually. I'm pretty sure it's called the Dragon Festival or something. This is the ancient catastrophe, the Dragon King Festival. There we go. It shows Cobra trapped by a rock. What about the Gajil and Wendy? They've been excluding them a lot lately, and young Rogue, like present Rogue, because literally the only ones they've been showing is Cobra, Natsu, and fucking Sting, pretty much. They haven't showed Luxus, Wendy, Gajil, or young Rogue. Give them some credit too. They're doing good too, people. Okay? And then a dragon starts hurtling towards the earth, and the king says, we can't stop it, nothing will go back to where it was before. Is this the apocalypse? Anyway, this shows young Rogue. Here's where he gets his recommendation. And they're talking, and he's fighting this dragon, and the dragon says, "Let's end it, Rogue. You can't defeat a dragon. He's a dragon slayer. He's meant to defeat a dragon. You mohawked motherfucker." And he says, "Why do you know my name?" And the dragon says, "Because I was ordered not to kill you." And Rogue's surprised, of course, because Rogue is bad Rogue, and Rogue good Rogue. And the dragon says, "You just stay quiet, only you will be allowed to survive in this desperate world." Okay. This doesn't make sense. This chapter got me really bad because I was confused, yet I understood at the same time. And the next chapter is going to be amazing, I can already tell, because it's going to completely unlock all kinds of story for us. And, and he says, you will become king. And it shows the current Rogue, the one that absorbs Sting. People keep forgetting that he absorbs Sting, and I think it's really cool. Anyway, and Rogue's completely going crazy. And he's asking who gave him that order. And he said, "You did. Yourself, Rogue. You did." And he's telling about how bad Rogue, or future Rogue, summoned them all there and made them 7 years from now and blah, 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 like that. And he says, such a story is nonsense. And then his shadow, like it said, all you see is like a little thought bubble. And it says it's the truth, and then it shows his shadow. See, I knew there was going to be something evil about this shadow. But ever since I saw Future Rogue, I was like, yep, it probably has something to do with the fact that he's a shadow dragon. And I have a question. What about Gajil? If he can use shadows, does that mean he's going to have a bad side too? That's what's getting me. Anyway, and his shadow's talking about him. He says, "I'm your heart's dark side." That's a pretty cool thing. And Rogue starts stomping the ground, telling him to shut up, and he says, "Accept it. Your heart is dyed in darkness." That's a pretty cool saying, I guess. That's really something weird for a dragon to say. And it goes on, and Rogue starts tripping out. I can't remember this girl's name. I'm pretty sure this is Minerva, but I keep getting her, the girl with the sword, but this one ain't got a sword. And Altair, or Ur's son, okay? Son. Ur's daughter. Confused. Minerva, the girl with the sword, who never unchests it, and Ur's daughter. But I'm pretty sure this is Minerva because she's talking about Rogue, and she remembers back an hour before, like all this is happening, and she's talking to Natsu Levy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Levy. And they're near the future Lucy. And, no, that's Altair. Never mind. Because she's got the robes that her, that one girl, and can't remember her name now. The one, I think it might actually be her instead of Levy. Yeah, that's not Levy. The one who can use, I forgot what she uses, but the ones who hang out with Gerard, or Jalal, whatever you want to call him. And damn this phone. And they're talking about how the guy is actually Rogue from the future, and they're wondering on how to defeat the whole dragon festival thing, because they're wondering if they kill the future Rogue, if the new Rogue will have like a chance at whatever. I don't know. It's a lot of dialogue that confused me. And they asked if he was our enemy, and Natsu says, he did this to Lucy, so of course he's our enemy. And they're talking about how Rogue must have become skilled and stuff like that. But he has a weak point, Altair says. He said, if we kill this time's Rogue, the one from the future will cease to exist. I expected that from her. I really did, because she's a dick. She's been a dick since day one. But if you think about it, I agree with Natsu, because he says, if we kill the future Rogue, then the present Rogue has time to make up for whatever happened between that time. So, yeah, I actually agree with Natsu on this, because what's the point of killing present Rogue if he hasn't done anything? He's done nothing. And that's exactly what Natsu says. He says, future Rogue took the wrong path at some point. That's not the present Rogue. The present Rogue cares. He says, this Rogue did nothing bad. The present Rogue actually cares about everything. He cares about his friends. That's why he never really went good with Sabretooth. But, so next chapter, we should see a lot of dialogue parts with Rogue. Anyway, after that, it switches back over to Altair looking on the Rogue and that dragon talking. And she thinks there's nothing else we can do because how the dragon has already swayed him, or starting to sway him, and his shadow's already there. And actually, I think this shadow thing actually has something to do with Sarah. Guys, I'm pretty sure that's the chapter. So, if I missed anything, let me know, because I'm having very bad luck today with my videos, because the phone won't shut the fuck up and the pages won't load right. So this might be a bad chapter review. But my opinion is, next chapter we should get a lot of dialogue about what the present Rogue is thinking and what happens to the present Rogue. And I feel like Altair is going to try to kill Rogue, and Natsu's going to stop her. And I feel like Rogue is going to have some time to turn apart with Natsu, and it'll cause the future Rogue to stop existing. That's just a very far ahead prediction. Tell me what you guys think will happen, because Fairy Tail's getting good. Fairy Tail's getting really good. Anyway, guys, to wrap up this video, there's another reviewer out there who actually is like a way better reviewer than me, so I don't know why you guys are watching me. Her name is like Saraheim or Sariaheim, I'm not sure. Please go check out her videos, because she does Bleach, Naruto, Fairy Tail, anything you can really think of. She's excellent, and go check out her thoughts on these chapters, because she's very intellectual about her thoughts on them. Anyway, guys, and that's all for this week. I'll see you next week on Friday or Saturday, whenever this comes out. But I'll see you Wednesday for the new Naruto chapter. And as always, guys, I'm the Interested Pick, and see you guys later.